we are going to learn vapor pressure of the liquid solution. So its definition is, it is the pressure exerted by vapors above the liquid surface in equilibrium with it at a given temperature is called as the vapor pressure of that liquid. Okay, this is the definition. Let us see the meaning of this in a simple language. Okay, so if I assume that a liquid which is a volatile liquid, so I hope you can understand what is the volatile liquid. It is the liquid which is having the boiling point lesser than 100 degrees Celsius and it will get evaporated very easily. Examples are ethanol, acetone, methanol, etc. So these are the volatile liquids, right? Okay, they will undergo evaporation very easily. So that volatile liquid is taken in a beaker or any container like this. Okay, this is the volatile liquid. Okay, now what will happen, that is, as it is the volatile liquid, it will get evaporated very easily. So if this liquid if this vessel is without the lid, now here in this first image the lid is placed on it, but assume that it is without the lid. What will happen if it is without the lid? All the vapors coming out from the top surface of the liquid, it will get mixed in the atmosphere, right? But when we are keeping a lid on the vessel, obviously what will happen, these vapors will go up, they will strike the inner walls of the lid and they will again get converted into the liquid, vapor to liquid, that is condensation will take place. Okay, slowly what will happen, the molecules which are present at the surface area of this volatile liquid, they will start evaporating and they will undergo condensation. So slowly number of molecules going up, number of molecules going down will be same, right? Or that we can say at a certain stage rate of evaporation, okay, rate of evaporation will be exactly equal to rate of condensation. Okay, that will be at the stage which is called as the equilibrium stage, right? Equilibrium stage means what? The number of vapors going up and number of liquid molecules coming down is exactly same. Equilibrium state. In this equilibrium state or at this equilibrium state, there will be vapor in this area above the liquid, below the lid. These vapors, as they require more amount of space as compared to the liquid, therefore they will try to push the liquid down. They will try to apply certain pressure on the liquid surface and that pressure is called as the vapor pressure of the liquid. Now here again the same, we are going to consider two components 1 and 2 which are volatile liquids taken in the closed vessel. So two components we are taking here. So what will happen, both of them will have their partial vapor pressure. Partial stands for what will be the contribution of liquid 1, contribution of liquid 2 in the total pressure. So P1 is the partial vapor pressure of one component, P2 is the partial vapor pressure of component 2 and P total will be total vapor pressure or total pressure of the solution. And X1 is equal to mole fraction of component 1, X2 is the mole fraction of component 2. Both of them are volatile liquids, that is the criteria here. Okay, now for this case there is one very important law which is named after the scientist Raoult, and that is called as Raoult's law. For a solution of volatile liquids, the partial vapor pressure of each component of the solution, it is directly proportional to mole fraction of the solution, that is the Raoult's law. So according to Raoult's law, for component 1 we can write down P1 is equal to P1 naught into X1. So here P1 is nothing but the partial vapor pressure of component A. P1 naught is the vapor pressure of pure component 1 at the same temperature, pure component, not in the solution. X1 is the mole fraction of component A. Similarly for component 2 also we can write down P2 is equal to P2 naught into X2, where P2 naught is the vapor pressure of pure component 2 at the same temperature. Okay, so according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, we know that the total pressure of the whole solution is always equal to sum of all pressures of all components, partial pressures of all components present in it. So P total will be equal to P1 plus P2, right? Okay, now P1 we can write down according to Raoult's law, P1 is equal to P1 naught into X1, P2 is equal to P2 naught into X2. Okay, instead of X1 we can write down here it is equal to 1 minus x2, because we know sum of mole fractions x1 plus x2 is always equal to 1. Okay, so we can write it down like this: p1 plus p2 naught minus p1 naught, x2 is the common in it. Okay, just like here you can see the air is a mixture of so many gases like O2, N2, argon, H2O, carbon dioxide, etc. So total pressure of air, it is equal to, it says the Dalton's law, it is equal to, total pressure is equal to sum of the partial pressures of all components present in it. Now we are going to see what will be the effect of vapor pressure of the solution when we are adding any solid solute, that is non-volatile solute, to the liquid. Okay, so always remember, when we are adding any solid substance, that is non-volatile solute, to the liquid, its vapor pressure goes on decreasing. Let us see the reason for that. So here first is the image for the pure solvent, that is only solvent, volatile solvent. So obviously the molecules which are at the surface, they will undergo evaporation and then they will condense at a equilibrium. Rate of evaporation and condensation will be same, and the pressure will be called as vapor pressure. That will be nothing but the P naught for that pure solvent, right? Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to add non-volatile solute to this. As it is a non-volatile, it will not contribute to the vapor pressure, right, because it is a non-volatile. What will happen when we are adding non-volatile solute to this? Some places will be taken up by these non-volatile solutes, right? Okay, so on the surface you can see the number of pure solvent particles are now decreased due to some solid particles that are taking the place of them, right? As number of solvent particles on the surface are decreased, number of vapors will be decreased. As number of vapors are decreased, vapor pressure will also be decreased. Therefore, we can say for the vapor pressure of a liquid, when we are adding any non-volatile solute to that, its vapor pressure goes on decreasing, or it is reduced.